Boom. 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 Boom.
Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps is the show that you're currently watching. It's about to start with his amazing guests, and they gonna tell you how to survive out in the apocalypse. This way you won't be dead if anything was to attack humanity and try to end it. So now you gotta show up with your ears and your eyes and watch the show. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps. Oh yeah, that's the show. That's what the show is. It's exactly what it says it was in the intro song and in the title. If you're in a place where you're thinking, that's not the show I thought I was watching. Well, too bad you are now. Don't go away. Welcome to the show. I am Lester Pipps, the name in the title and the intro video, also my name. Didn't lie about that. I would never tell you any lies. That's not what I do. What I do is tell truths about how he's going to survive apocalypses. Okay? Now, listen, I mean, a lot of folks don't know how apocalypses work, right? A lot of folks is thinking like, apocalypse is something that happens all at once, immediately, and everybody dies. Well, that's true, but it could also be apocalypse that happens long term. So we got to watch out for all kinds of different things. And that's what this show is all about, is making sure you know all the different kinds, what could maybe happen, how do we, So that's what I'm all about. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, I don't know who Lester Pipps is. Why should I be caring about what this guy thinks about surviving apocalypses? Well, that's because I'm the world's number one, possibly only one, doomsday prep lecturer certified by Louisiana State University, according to me. So I know what I'm talking about, y'all. And what I do is I get questions together, get them answered, bring on guests who know stuff about surviving apocalypses, and talk to them about how they're doing it, what's their life been like. And then I say at the end of the show, Happy New Year. I don't say that every week, but I sure am saying it tonight. Y'all, Happy New Year. This 2020 thing that's been pretty much an apocalypse the whole time. We getting rid of it, y'all. And then in 2021, well, that's also going to be an apocalypse probably, because that's just how the world works, right? Apocalypses happen and they continue to happen. We got to be on guard all the time, but maybe it'll be better. We'll see. Now, look, if you're here, you're watching, and I know that some of you are, because I can see the statistics. Get yourself up in the chat. Ask me any questions you got. Ask me my guests any questions you got. You're probably wondering right now, guests, who's going to be on the show? Well, if you watch the intro video, you saw some pictures. But let me tell you who these people are coming up, okay? Later on in the show, all the way at the end, I'm going to be talking to a bootlegger. I'm very excited about this. Their name is Rusty Nail, and they know about bootlegging. So we're going to find out what that's like. I mean, I imagine in an apocalyptic situation, you got to do a lot of bootlegging. Oh, wow. We got Waddles Barkley up in the chat saying that she made it. Now, I do know who Waddles Barkley is, and I'm very excited that she's here. Thank you so much for sticking around after the previous show, Play Cousins, which if you just watched that, you should still be clapping at your house for that show, because that was fun. I was watching that myself. Now, I did just mention that we're talking to a bootlegger named Christan later. Before that, we was going to talk to fashion designer Carlos Padilla, who I'm excited to talk to as well. Then we're going to, I'm going in reverse order, so not then, but like also, you know how, look, I mean, this is a great segue for this person, because you know how time works in one direction, but then when you use the word then, you're implying a direction, even though we maybe went the other direction. Well, Father Time can clear that up. We're going to talk to Father Time, musical guest Father Time. Very excited about that. And before that, we're going to talk to Gwyneth Paltrow. You know who Gwyneth Paltrow is. Big movie star, big goop star. She got big goop energy all the time. Man, we're gonna talk to him, Gwyneth Paltrow, who I'm excited about that too. But before we get to these guests, we gotta get to some very important questions that came to me through my publicist at Ezra Party on Instagram from various folks about what kind of apocalypses we have to be concerned about. Danith Blyther asks, what if Meet the Fockers comes true? Great question, Dan Blyther. That's a serious concern that I have about the future, because if it does turn out that Jinxie Cat's going to spray milk all over people, and we got to watch out for that, that's an apocalypse. We can't have a big cat spraying milk all over people. We're going to drown in cat milk. So what I'm doing is anytime I see a DVD or VHS copy of Meet the Fockers, I burn it, because I don't want to see that shit come true. And excuse me for swearing. Sometimes I do that. I swear every episode, and I apologize. User Bruce with 6 U's asks, think asteroids might get us? Okay, possibly. Asteroids have been out to get us for a long time. They's what's got the dinosaurs. And if they got dinosaurs, I mean, we smaller than dinosaurs, so it'd be harder for an asteroid to hit us, but at the same time, it'd be easier for the environmental impacts of an asteroid collision to have a major impact on us, you know? So asteroids might get us. That's something we got to be concerned about. What I do is, if you was listening to a previous episode of the show, you know that I have a satellite trained on the North Pole to watch for, just in case any of the elves try to make an uprising. I also use that same satellite to monitor for any asteroids. Like, you know, what's that movie? Oh yeah. You know the book. Oh man, I had a reference already, and now it's like one of those things that's just like right on the edge of your brain. You know how that goes. I'm sorry, friends, but I don't remember. The Expanse. You know, in the Expanse they have the planetary shield that shoots down the asteroids when the belters are shooting them at them. It's like that. Okay. Not Gal Gadot asks, will the backlash to Wonder Woman 84 cause an apocalypse? Now, this is a good question. Not Gal Gadot. I assume you really aren't Gal Gadot, and it's not some kind of lie, and you are Gal Gadot worried about your impact on the world based on your movie. I don't think that the backlash to Wonder Woman 84 will cause an apocalypse. I don't think that's realistic. So I think you're in the clear, Gal Gadot. Okay, Victor Crack Cobain in the chat says, "Hey Lester, how's your ex-wife, buddy?" Well, thanks for bringing her up, Victor. Real cool. You know, I hear she's good. I've been watching the webcam, checking in on my son, Bubblegum Pipps, who of course she legally named John. I'm not supposed to call him Bubblegum. But yeah, they're doing okay. Man, I was trying to have a good time here on New Year's, not think about her. But there she is, up in my brain. All right, I'll get her out. We'll talk about something else. Oh, here's another comment. Le Joie de Me says, I'm here for Father Time. Have beef with them. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what happens with that. I know a thing or two about beef. And for the most part, if it's not what's for dinner, it's a problem. Anyway, let's move on from that joke real quick. Louisiana is, of course, a place that I like to know a lot about and tell you about the traditions of. And that's going to continue on this very episode. Real quick before I get into that, AC Improv is here. We got to say hi to AC Improv. AC Improv says, I got a Star Wars commercial. What did y'all get? I didn't get a commercial because I'm doing the stream. Now, okay, Victor, man, I got stuff I want to say, but I got to address this. Victor says, I knew that. I was just asking to be polite. Okay, I think that Victor's implying that Victor's been with my wife. Now, I know a character that looked awfully similar to Victor Crack Cobain has been with her a number of times. I didn't know he had himself. Anyway, I got to get to what I was going to say and stop getting sidetracked by all this wife stuff. Obviously, y'all know it's New Year's Eve, so very happy New Year's Eve to you all. Of course, the whole world has its New Year's Eve traditions. We drop balls, we shoot off fireworks, whatever. But of course, in Louisiana, things are a little bit different, and I'm excited to let you know. These are some of the things that I'll be preserving into the future, you know. The reason for my existence is bringing Louisiana culture back down from my bunker out here outside Baton Rouge up to the future, once there is a future after any kind of apocalypse that might happen. And one of those things is in New Orleans on New Year's. Instead of dropping a ball, they dump a full crab boil pot in Lafayette Square. And whoever finds the lobster tail gets to play long snapper for the Saints next year, which that's pretty cool. That's my favorite tradition because it gives me the chance to maybe be on the Saints. Although every time I have tried to find the lobster tail, I just keep coming up with a little potato, which is really disappointing. But hey, you know, that's a crab boil for you. In Baton Rouge, the oldest man in town, which this year is Mervyn Gillette, has to race against the King of Gators in a live-action Mario Kart style race, which that's actually where Nintendo got the idea for that game. And Bowser used to be King of Gators. And also, of course, all of Louisiana At midnight, everyone plays the Dr. John song Grease Grease on loop till 1 a.m. And it's incredibly bad luck to stop dancing before it's over. So everybody here, we don't just stay up till midnight. We stay up till 1 a.m. because Louisiana party's hard. Now, I got a couple more things in the chat I want to address. AC Improv says bunker's looking dope as hell tonight. Thank you very much. Yes, this is the bunker that I chose to display to y'all for New Year's is one that represents new beginnings. You know, like look behind me. There's a whole tree down here in this bunker, which to me is and a bunch of books. That's knowledge, and a piano. That's music. So I'm like, you know, we bringing full on human culture to the future in this bunker. Of course, the bunkers that I display are fake. My real bunker would make you too jealous, so don't want you to see it. But this is the bunker that we got. LeJoie to me says drop balls, which yep, that happens on New Year's. Rach Resnick says Victor saying you're asking me polite is rude. True, I agree. Thank you for coming to my defense there, Rach Resnick. AC Improv says potato is the best part of crawfish. Well, no, no. It's that crawdad, obviously. Or the lobster tail on New Year's because you want to be long snapper for the Saints, of course. Victor Crack Cocaine says, I'm sorry. You know, I can't address all these things. And he's seeing says, do you suck the headless? You gotta suck the heads if you're eating the crawdad. Okay, now we are going to get to my guest. I'm very excited about it. I told you who's coming up later, but coming up right now, we got a major celebrity. She was in Iron Man. She also was in a lot of other movies. I, of course, as everybody knows, don't see a lot of movies. The only one I've ever seen is the LSU football Tigers playing football. So I don't know the specifics. But here she is, Gwyneth Paltrow. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Lester. Thank you so much for having me on this evening. Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year to you. Yeah, it's an absolute honor to meet a major celebrity like you, Gwyneth. I mean, wow. Thank you so much for signing up for my email list and requesting to be on the show. It's an honor.
Yes, my maid read my email for me. It was really spectacular when she read it to me, and she said that it was from you. I was expecting something from Ellen or perhaps Anderson Cooper, but this is good enough.
Yeah, Anderson Cooper notoriously treats his show like a talk show and tries to bring on guests he thinks will be fun to talk to. But I guess, you know, that's just his deal. But for me, I thought to myself, well, anybody who signed up to be on my Apocalypse Tips email list is worthy of being a guest. And I'm so glad you're here. I mean, you honestly, it seems like what you've been doing through all these COVIDs is preparing for an apocalypse that would affect, like, you know, specifically really rich white women.
Yes, I have been working on that. Thank you so much for noticing. You know, I mean, there's only so much rose quartz, so many jade eggs, so much organic pea milk that there is out there. I mean, there was a run on it in March, and then there was another run on it in October. And I just feel so blessed to have bought out an entire Whole Foods. It's something that, I mean, you bought out a Whole Foods, didn't you? I'm sure you stocked up.
I've stocked up certainly on canned corn and water and the recipe and all necessary ingredients to Louisiana chicken strips. But I haven't bought a Whole Foods ever.
Oh, I'm sorry, they put can in corn? They put corn in cans now?
Oh,
is that what you said?
Yeah, they started doing that like probably back in the 1880s or something.
Wow, how unhealthy. All that aluminum.
Yeah, you don't eat the can, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I have a party to get to right after this. I have to go to Stella McCartney's island party. There's a jet waiting for me. It's going to take off in about an hour. So I feel so lucky to have been able to make time for this tonight. Are you going
to Stella McCartney's party? I don't even know who that is.
Oh, it's in this private island in the Virgin Islands. I'm sure you got an invitation. She invited Kemi Diaz. She invited John Galliano. She invited Beyonce. You didn't get an invitation?
You know, I didn't, Gwyneth. I don't know who this Stella person is, and I don't think we run in the same circles. Like, obviously, you saw one of my lectures, so you ran in that circle. But I don't think you. My social calendar is strictly like me being in the bunker by myself, sometimes watching my son.
I forget about that. We all have children to take care of, don't we?
Yeah, you have two. How are they doing?
Yes, they're doing. My nanny says that they're great.
Okay.
She says that they're both wonderful. They had a good Christmas, so I heard.
You didn't see them on Christmas?
Oh,
were you at another party on Christmas?
I may have been at Richard Branson's for Christmas, over in Bali. Or was that Thanksgiving? Oh, I forget. Anyway, you must be Team Madonna since you weren't invited to the party tonight. I mean, they don't really talk anymore.
Oh yeah.
We don't really talk anymore. Madonna and I don't talk anymore either. It's a whole, I mean, you know the drama. But
no, that's tough. I mean, maintaining friendships in quarantine COVID situations is tough. Like everybody's at home. Yeah, it can be hard, absolutely. Although it does sound like you go into a party, which for me is like number one, don't do list for COVID.
Well,
number two, behind licking another person's face on purpose. But yeah.
I would never do that. I would never lick another person's face on purpose. But this is a party for everyone who's received the vaccine early. So I guess
you got it.
I guess you haven't.
No, I asked if I could get it, and they said, "Are you an essential human being?" And I said, "Absolutely. I'm the only one fighting to make sure there's Louisiana in the future." And I was rightly denied. And by rightly, I don't mean correctly. I mean like right away.
That's rough. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Hey,
I hope you can heal. Hope you can heal from that.
Thank you so much, Gwyneth. Yeah, I feel like I've been doing a lot of healing this year, so I think I'll be okay.
2021 will be a year of healing, won't it, for all of us?
I sure hope so. There's so many things that gotta heal.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I mean, I need to heal my immune system. I need to get a bee venom facial. I need to get a coffee scrub with a little bit of squid ink essence. I mean, there's all sorts of healing I need to do.
Yeah, I understood one of those things, which is, heal your immune system. And I do hope that happens. I don't know what those other things you said was, but I hope you heal them too. I want everybody to be good and okay. Yeah.
Right. Namaste.
Yeah. But so you're going to this party though? Are you sure that's the best thing to do? Like, I know New Year's Eve, you got to bring in with a bell. Is that a thing? I don't know.
Ringing it in with the bell. We are ringing it in with the bell. It's more like but it's not exactly a bell. It's more like an Eastern European gong from the 14th century that Sting bought, and he's bringing it with him. It's, how those things go. But I mean, the reason that we are able to have this party is because, as I mentioned, we did all receive the vaccine early. You may have heard that there's been a bit of a lag in the rollout of vaccines for essential workers in hospitals.
I noticed that.
Yes, there's been some diversion, so I've heard. All I know is that I got mine organic. It came in a rose gold bottle. It said Tom Ford on it, and it smelled like sapphire roses. I mean,
wow.
You didn't get one?
No, I didn't. I've only heard of the Moderna one and then the Pfizer BioNTech one, neither of which is in a rose gold thing or smells like, I'm pretty sure just like it smells like COVID and it's in a syringe.
Oh. Well, I think that they're going to have these at the farmers market in Pacific Palisades in April, so you'll be able to get one.
Well, I don't know. I'd be happy with just like the normal one, but I'm glad that you got one. That's exciting. I do have a bunch of questions for you in the chat. AC Improv wants to know, how long do we leave the jade balls in?
Jade balls? Oh, the jade balls. The jade balls, it just depends. It's different for everybody. An hour minimum. And if you're really stanky, I would give it a good 18 hours. Don't do a lot of heavy lifting.
Wow.
And if you're fighting any sort of disease or anything like that, you might want to take it to 20 hours.
Can the jade balls help you if you have COVID?
I believe so, especially if it's gotten to the upper respiratory system. The jade will make the breathing better.
Oh, do you swallow it then? Because otherwise, if it's going up, I
no,
don't know how it's helping your lungs. But if it's going down, maybe it's like.
No, it goes up. It goes up. It goes up in there. You know, like.
I'm no scientist. I'm just
you spread a little and it goes inside up.
Okay, gotcha. I can picture that. Okay. Victor Crack Cobain wants to know. Okay, I'll clarify this because there's a asterisk correction. Is your maid Mexican or Mexican adjacent? I don't know why I added that one to the stream actually. No. I am curious. Go ahead and answer it.
I believe that she is Mexican affirmative.
Okay. Yeah, we can leave it at that. We don't have to get too deep into those weeds.
I don't know her last name.
Oh, you don't know her? Do you know her first name?
It is Dominique or Consuela. I forget. I want to say it's Dominique. Maybe Consuela is the lady who does the bushes. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, you are, as always, extremely relatable. Victor Crack Cobain again says, "Can I put a jade egg in my pee hole?" I should stop adding what he says to the chat. But that's a good question. You know, men want to clean up down there too sometimes.
Well, it depends on how much you can spread the pee hole, I suppose. They also do make smaller ones that are a little bit like Tic Tac. You know.
You actually broke up there a little bit. I think the internet was saying, "Let's not talk about this," which the internet might be right about.
Is the internet still trying to suppress me now?
A little bit. I can still kind of hear you again, but you're real choppy.
Oh, okay. Well, what I was saying, small like a Tic Tac.
That would do it. Yeah. So, Victor, I guess you got to get a Tic Tac one, and please don't involve my wife in that process. That one guy, Connor something, says, "Does anyone happen to know what the New England Journal of Medicine or Lancet happens to say about the healing power of jade balls?" I don't happen to know that. Do you know, Gwyneth?
I don't know anything about this New England Medicine Journal. I do know about Feather. Now, Feather is my wellness physician. She's not a physician in the sense that she went to medical school for 7 or more years. She is my wellness physician in that she has a practice outside of Joshua Tree. It's triangle shaped. Now, she says that jade balls have an incredible power to heal virtually everything, from depression to scabies. To acne. I mean, like jade balls. I mean, let me just say, they have changed my life. I mean, there wasn't much that needed help. My life is so perfect, but
yeah,
it just made it more perfect.
Your life seems so good before Goop. Is there something that you found better now that you've got Goop, or
something?
That's the question. Yeah,
something better. You know, Goop has made me more aware of others, more aware of their needs. For example, Jonathan, my driver, you know, sometimes he'll be doing a 12-hour shift, and at the end of the 12th hour, I'll notice that he's starting to nod off, and I'll say, "Jonathan, do we need to get you some espresso?" And he'll say, "Oh, it's no, I kind of need to get home to see my kid." And I'll say, "Well, then let's get you some espresso so that you can go see your kid for a few minutes, and then you can come back and we can."
Oh, because his kid works at a Starbucks?
Oh, I don't know. I never thought to ask.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Victor says, "I will be involved in her," and referring to my wife. And that she asked if she could. Okay, well, you know what? If she's happy, she's happy. I'm gonna let it be. I'm not gonna get worked up about being divorced again tonight.
You don't need to worry about a conscious uncoupling.
Yeah, I mean, it was very conscious on her side. On my side, it just kind of happened over time, and I denied it for a long, long while. Hey, you've dealt with divorce?
I've gotten with the conscious uncoupling, yes. But I would like to point out that I am happily married now, and that my former husband is also in a very fulfilling relationship with somebody named Dakota Johnson. I don't know who that. I guess she's an actress.
Yeah, blockbuster movie star. Yeah.
Yeah, I that's what they've told me. I mean, she just looks
I
like
wonder if she's going to be at Stella McCartney's party.
Oh God, she might be.
Oh,
he might be there. Oh my gosh, he might be there too. I don't
Have
know.
you seen them since the divorce?
Oh, I have. It was mutual. That's what sophisticated people do.
Right, sure, yeah, but it still hurts.
No.
You just put a date egg in, and you forget all about it. Okay, well, fair enough. Well, Gwyneth, I hope you have time to stick around because we do have more guests, and I'd love for you to talk.
Oh, yes, I would love to stick around, please.
Okay, great. Well, my next guest is very exciting, but before we get to him, we do have a question coming to me through my publicist at Ezra Partier on Instagram from this user on Instagram at Emily Brzezinski, who, looking at her profile, she kind of looks like. Hold on a second. She kind of looks like if Gwyneth, if you wasn't wearing a blonde wig, she kind of looks like you.
Who is this? Who's this Emily Brzezinski?
Comedian named Emily Harrison. She wants to know what would be the scariest message humanity could receive from outer space. Personally, I think the scariest message that humanity could receive from outer space would be like, if we got the message to us, E.T. phone home. Because then it's like, they're like, hey, E.T., call us. It's like, whoa, E.T.'s been here this whole time? I thought that was a fictional movie that I didn't see, obviously, because I don't see movies.
Oh, that just blew my mind. That'd be terrifying.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of. What about you? Gwyneth, what do you think? The scariest message humanity could receive from outer space?
The scariest message that we could receive from outer space? I mean, maybe this is just me, but we're all out of soy. All we have is dairy.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I understand how that could be the scariest thing in your life because obviously dairy disagrees with your system.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's not just that it disagrees with my system. It's just the cause of all of humanity's problems. I don't really want to go into it, but.
Oh, yeah, I wish we had time to get to the bottom of all of humanity's problems tonight, but we don't. We don't. We do have to get to my next guest, who I'm very excited to introduce. They are my musical guest tonight, and their name is Father Time. Father Time, welcome to the show. Oh, Father Time, I'm muted.
Having me.
Oh, Father Time.
Having me. Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, you don't look or sound too good, Father Time.
I got COVID.
Oh no.
I escaped from the hospital. After I got COVID, they tried to put me on one of these damn ventilators.
Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. I mean, how long have you had COVID, Father Time? Does time even apply to you? Have you had COVID since the beginning of Earth?
No, I'm old. You idiot. I'm just a year old.
What?
Yeah. Okay, it's complicated. To answer your question, I've had COVID for 2 weeks, and every year there's a New Year's baby born. You know what I mean? And over the course of the year, that baby becomes an old man, and that's Father Time. And he can't die. Once he dies, the next year starts.
What?
Yeah. So, so I figured 2020 sucked. So I'm just never going to die so we can do it again and make it better.
Wait, no, let's not do it again. 2020 sucked. You're absolutely right. People are so excited to move on to 2021, Father Time.
No, we got to do it again. It's like you got to keep trying until you get it right. Like when you're in the hospital cafeteria and you get a mozzarella stick and there's no cheese in it. You know?
Sure, I understand the concept. I haven't been to
keep eating the other ones until you get a cheese one.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's like when you're trying to escape from a hospital, you got to punch out the first security guard, and you can't wait to see if he's dead. You just got to keep going and then wait for it to get better.
I can't really relate to the exact scenario you're proposing, but I do understand the concept of it. Like, yeah, you there's no quit in humanity. You know, if something doesn't work for you right away, you try again.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just going to try again. And to do that, I'm just going to have to keep living indefinitely until next year. And then I'll give it up peacefully to New Year's baby.
Wow. So, okay, I mean, all right. So your goal now is to extend 2020 beyond the bounds of 2020, which I mean, that would have so many implications for the whole world, wouldn't it? You'd be driving folks to how would this be in a Y2K scenario? Would the clocks get all bad and the computers crash?
You know, I don't know much about computers because I'm on my phone all day on TikTok. I'm a child of this last year, you know. But what I would say is that if we don't try 2020 part 2 is what I'm calling it, then everything is going to go to shit, right? Like, we can't let 2021 happen. We got to try it again until we get this right, you know? It's like...
You scared Gwyneth Paltrow away, Father Time. You scared Gwyneth Paltrow away.
Yeah, good. It's kind of like, you know, when you're escaping, when you leave the hospital and you have to kill somebody to get in their car to get away. But the car's a stick shift. You can't drive it. So you got to kill another person and another person until you get the automatic. And then you get to go. That's what I'm doing.
Wow, I guess I can't really argue with that, right? Like, because I do agree with the concept that if something goes wrong, you try again until you can fix it. But at the same time, it's like sometimes you got to know when to quit. And it sounds like Father Time, the universe is telling you to quit. It gave you COVID at the last minute.
No. The universe. You're right. The universe is trying to tell me to quit. I'll give you that. But here's where you're wrong. I'm not going to let it. I'll tell you what. Lester, you know what's been happening every single day? Well, since I got back, which was yesterday and today, to my apartment.
Yeah, what's been happening?
The stork has been bringing a New Year's baby.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So wait, if the stork drops off a New Year's baby, does that mean you have to die?
That's the implication. So I'm just calling to the rock. Pow! That way I'm the only one around here for 2020 part 2, Buster.
You've been killing babies, Father Time?
I've been killing New Year's babies. They're not even human. We're ethereal beings.
Wow. Okay. This is a lot of stuff I don't understand, which is a lot like the Gwyneth Paltrow segment on the show as well. But will you tell me about this Father Time baby your baby New Year thing a little bit, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, okay, so let me put it this way. The powers that be, they paid for me to have an apartment in Pasadena. And every year Father Time has to die. And then they deliver a New Year's baby to that apartment. And what's happened this year is I keep killing them so I can be Father Time for another year for 2020 part 2, I'm calling it.
Wow. Okay. So for the last 2 days, the powers that be have been trying to restart the year.
Yes.
A little bit early.
Yes.
They're like, let's get out of 2020. Let's start over early.
Yes.
We don't even have to get to December 31st. Let's start here on December 29th.
Exactly. And they thought they were being smart, giving me a case of COVID so bad that it put me right in a room at Huntington Hospital, right there in Pasadena on Glen Cove Drive.
Wow.
Right.
May I chime in here?
Yes, of course, Gwyneth. Yeah.
Number one, Father Time, you need a jade egg. You need a jade egg right now, way up in there. Number two, this is not a sustainable business model.
Well, here's the thing, Miss Pal. I've got a jade egg in. I got one crammed so far up my snake hole, it's touching my ethereal prostate. Number two, to your point, it's not a sustainable business model. And you know what I'm doing? I'm disrupting this damn thing. I'm not giving up without a fight. I'm never going to die. I'm going to go through next year and the next year and the next year and so on.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So first of all, we got confirmation for Victor Crack Cobain. Yeah, you can't put a jade egg up your beehole, apparently. But second, we got confirmation that you've been fighting off the powers that be for a little while, which is, that's intense. Father Time, so I always thought, like, okay, the rulers of the world, if there are any, are either like Jewish God, which is also Christian and Muslim God, or it's like Father Time and Mother Earth. They fucked. They made people. And actually, Victor Crack Cobain did ask Have you ever fooled around with Mother Earth? Is that true? Is that part of it true?
Oh, yeah, we did stuff earlier in February quarantine.
In February? Wait, you was a baby in January.
Yeah, and now I'm 150 years old. We age pretty quickly, genius.
Okay, sorry. I don't have the wisdom of Father Time. I apologize.
You know what? I will forgive you. I'm ethereal, so you don't know how we age. I should be clear. I got a strain of COVID, this new strain they discovered in the U.S. It affects ethereal beings more than humans. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's intense.
But yeah,
I too am ethereal. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I figured you probably had some kind of freaking kooky idea of what I was talking about. But yeah, I flew around with Mother Earth. Yeah, she had a jade egg and she had a couple in her vaginas.
Wait a minute. I mean, I don't want to just be wildly speculating here, but like, Gwyneth Paltrow, you've been known to be kind of like above it all and a little bit earthy. You're not Mother Earth, are you?
Who have you been talking to?
Mostly myself, but also you two.
Holy, you know, she looked a lot like you.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Was Mother Earth in the pallbearer with David Schwimmer? I don't think so.
I don't know. She doesn't have her own IMDb profile, as far as I know.
Whoa.
Oh, that's true. She doesn't, does she? Well, then you would never know.
That's going to be one of my things for 2020. As soon as I make it into tomorrow when it's supposed to switch over, I'm going to add an IMDb page for Mother.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I mean, thank you is what she would say.
Yeah. What?
Huh. Well, interesting. That's interesting because it does seem like you got defensive there. I don't want to assume anything, but that one guy kind of something says Mother Earth was definitely an Emma. I saw shrubbery all over that set. I had to move the thing to read that, but yeah.
Well, people will talk. The gossip rags will say what they say.
Wow, man, two ethereal beings. I mean, Gwyneth, I think that if Father Time can get COVID, you could too. You should really consider not going to this Jenny McCarthy party or whatever.
Oh, we're going to a party?
Oh, shh. I don't want it thrown around everywhere. I shouldn't have told anybody. Oh, my goodness. But yes, we did receive a special vaccine. This party is only for people who received a special vaccine early. And I mean, I know that there are a lot of nurses and doctors who haven't had it yet, but, you know, we're very important.
I suppose so. Hopefully it protects you from this ethereal strain. But anyway, I mean, Father Time, you did say that you wanted to come on and play some of your music. I thought for a second I'd accidentally talk to Father Time Misty, as Carlos De La Gato said. But I was glad to know it was actually you. You have a song prepared?
I do have a song. You want me to play it now? I can play it later. I'm kind of a rocker.
I like rockers.
If it's the song you had concern about that we talked about before the show,
yeah,
we saved that one for the end,
okay.
Which is a little bit of a teaser accidentally.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll play it at the end of the show.
Okay, that's your only song. Okay, got it. That's cool. We're gonna end the show with a song from Father Time Misty. Very excited. I mean, Father Time. Sorry. Great.
I'll live forever, and I'm never gonna die.
Ooh. Well, I hope I'm conflicted because I never want to hope for anyone to die. Right? That's like a core base precept of how to be a good human, in my opinion. Is you never hope for anyone to die, even if they're Mitch McCon man or something like that. You don't hope for them to die. But at the same time, it's like if you don't die, doesn't that screw up the whole system? Don't we have to live in 2020 part 2?
We get a do-over, like I said, you know?
Oh, do-over!
Yeah, exactly. It's like
that.
You know, when you escape from the hospital at Huntington Park Hospital in Pasadena,
right?
You steal a car and you drive over your apartment, but you let where are my keys? Left my keys in the hospital bed.
Oh, you did?
So you got to kill your landlord because he won't give you the keys. When you get your keys, and you get into your sick dad.
Oh,
Father Time. You are either truly an ethereal being with who lives by Earth's bounds for some reason, or you are some kind of crazy serial killer. But I got a question from Waddles Barkley in the chat who says it's New Year's where I'm at. Waddles is on the East Coast. What would be your last words before the New Year by the time? Oh well, before starting new 2020 part 2.
Exactly. My last words would be, "I'm never gonna die, bitch. I did it. You're never coming for me. New Year's, baby, 2021, 2020 part 2."
Yeah, that makes sense. That one guy, Connor something, says, hopefully Father Time doesn't have a pet because the conversion of dog years and Father Time years would be mad confusing. That's true. Do you have a dog, and how old are they in Father Time?
I have a dog, but here's the thing. The powers that be will take care of it while the New Year's baby's in baby form. Luckily, though, because I'm going to be around for a whole nother year, I'll get to spend some extra bonding time with the dog.
Well, that's fair. That makes sense. I hope that's true. I hope that's true for your sake. Now, Father Time, I'm curious. What kind of powers do you have as Father Time? Because it sounds like you have to travel by car. Yep. You get treated in hospitals. Yep. You're susceptible to this new strain of COVID, which I would think a lot of those things an ethereal being wouldn't have to do.
Yeah, I guess it's so. Part of my position is kind of like symbolic. You know, are you familiar with Queen Elizabeth?
Oh yeah, Britain's big old queen lady. Yeah.
She doesn't have any real power other than, presiding over her country. I do that with time. I just kind of make sure that when I'm needed at a time function, they roll me out. I do a little spiel. I go back into the green room or wherever. So New Year's is a big time for us, obviously, because normally Father Time at that point is a New Year's baby because he's a fresh baby boy. And at the end of the New Year, usually he dies. But I'm making a big spectacle of it this year because I'm not going to
die. Right. Well, that's great. Well, we do have to get to our next guest. I imagine since you have a whole nother year to live, you have enough time to stick around?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, before we get to that, we do have a question coming to me through my publicist Ezra Party on Instagram from the Golden Schauer on Instagram, but Schauer is spelled like the name Schauer, Schauer. Let me put that up on the screen here. At the Golden Schauer, who I'm looking at his Instagram here, and I'm thinking like, oh yeah, he looks kind of like if you weren't wearing a blonde wig. That's interesting.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he looks kind of like that.
Well, I'd give him a follow. I love Instagram. I love TikTok. I'm of this generation, so I would definitely check that out.
Yeah, Millennial Father Time says go for it. Well, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
At the Golden Schauer asks, what if 2020 part 2 isn't better? Oh, wow. The Golden Schauer knew about this. What if 2020 part 2 isn't better, Father Time?
Well, you know what I'd say? I'd say if it's not better at the beginning, we're just going to keep going until it is better. Kind of like when the key I got from my landlord wouldn't work, so I had to break my neighbor's bone in his neck so I could continue to rock with it. Things happen and you just find a way to make them better.
Father Time, I got to say, so far your track record when things happen and you try to make them better, you make them a lot worse. You do a lot of killing of people.
This is true. This is like Sky Captain in the world of tomorrow. The more work you do on it, the worse it gets.
Yeah, I guess. I think you're both crazy. I'm doing great. 2020 is going to be my year the second time around for sure.
Well, I hope you're right if it does happen. We got to get to my next guest, who I'm very excited to introduce. Now, this man is a fashion designer, and his name is Carlos Padilla. Carlos, welcome to the show. Carlos? Oh, did I mute you? No, Carlos, you muted you. You muted you, Carlos. There we go. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. I'm doing all right. I'm excited for this new year. How are you?
Looking and feeling as good as I look.
Yeah, I mean, you're in some kind of style of some kind. What? So you told me you was a fashion designer for apocalypses and doomsdays. It looks like you've taken that to heart. You making your stuff out of was that cardboard I see there?
This?
Trader Joe's bag. Trader Joe's bag.
It's a Trader Joe's bag. Have you heard of it?
Trader Joe's? Yeah.
It's the latest fashion in Milan.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Adopted by me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Would you like one? I mean, what are you wearing?
Oh, well, me, I'm wearing what I always wear. I'm wearing my brown Levi's jacket, my blue sunglass shades, my black Eddie Bauer t-shirt, and my normal good old face.
Boo. Fashion faux pas.
What?
Do you know what that is? That's Francais.
Fashion is?
Fashion faux pas.
Oh,
faux
okay.
pas. Aren't you from Louisiana?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you not speak French in Louisiana?
Yeah, well, people speak some people speak French, some people speak Creole, some people speak alligator. There's a lot of different languages down here.
What do you speak?
Me, I speak classic American English and a little bit of alligator.
A little bit of alligator. I'd love to hear some alligator.
Well, yeah, the way I'm more of one, you know how some people can like hear it and understand it, but they can't read it or write it themselves. That's me. Although I do know how to say thank you, which is.
Oh, that's what you learn something new every day.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the next thing you can learn is how to dress yourself.
Okay, well, shots fired, Carlos. I mean,
sorry.
You're wrapped in a Trader Joe's bag telling me my Levi's jacket's not good. I don't know what we're talking about here.
It's $2,000, my dear.
$2,000? Dang.
$2,000.
This was $45 at Costco.
$2,000. And this was $3,000.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen my fashion line? You should look at my fashion line.
Where do we see it, Carlos? Where do we see
Vogue.
it? In Vogue?
Vogue. Yes. Bough. Vogue.
Okay.
Look
like
it up.
Vogue. You want me to Google it right now?
Google Vogue.
Okay, I'll do it. All right. Hold on.
You know what? You can stop. You go Google, but I'll show you some of my fashion. You know, obviously this is inspired by what I am doing right now. Let's see. Oh, there she is. There she is. Look at her. Look at her. Beautiful. Isn't she beautiful?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she looks good. I haven't seen a Trader Joe's plastic bag dress before, but it does look good.
It's paper, my dear. Oh, we're not savages.
Oh,
this is so sustainable. I want one of these for the SAG Awards next year.
Call my people, and we'll see if we can make it happen.
Thank you.
Love you, Gwyneth. Love you.
Let's Google your fashion line.
Vogue.
Vogue.
.co.pa.
Vogue. Oh, .co.pa.
For Pakistan.
Pakistan. It's .pa for Pakistan.
.co.pa. Pakistan.
Okay. Yeah. No. Well, I got Pakistan's Wikipedia page. Oh wow, the view is bad. Oops, sorry. It's hard to do multiple things.
No problem.
Let me zoom in. Okay, yeah, no accurate results there for Bo.pa for Pakistan. Co.pa for Pakistan.
You know what? It's because you're in the American internet. You all here are so oppressed.
Well, okay. I mean, I suppose that might be true. There's some oppression going on.
It's sad. I mean, look at you. You're oppressed and repressed. I mean, can we see a fashion show from you? I mean, again, what are you wearing, Lester?
A fashion show from me?
I feel bad for you. What? Just step back for a second. Let the camera see.
Okay.
I mean, Lester, my dear.
What?
No.
I can't go back any farther because the fake bunker wall is
okay.
there.
But listen, your viewers have seen enough. I've seen enough. My eyes are starting to bleed.
Well, I don't appreciate that kind of comment about. I think it looks pretty good. I think I look like I'm ready to be a survivor in the apocalypse. And I'll say this: more important to me than how I look in the apocalypse is whether or not I'm capable of getting by. And this will protect me against various types of apocalypses. Specifically, like if it gets like kind of cold but not so cold that you need a winter jacket, I'm good.
Look at this! Aren't you having troubles with your wife?
Well, she's my ex-wife now. Yeah.
Well, try to win her back with some good old fashioned. Look at this. This is made out of CVS receipts.
Oh,
You think my wife would like me in a dress made out of CVS receipts?
Your wife would drop to her knees, begging you to come back.
Oh, well, maybe I should consider it. But the last time I tried to woo her wearing a dress, she said that wasn't the kind of thing she was into.
Oh, what is she into? You know I have a whole fashion line. Lester, my dear.
Yeah, well, I don't want to make this all about my wife, but what she's been into lately is people who look vaguely like Victor Crack Cobain. Like she was into this rapper character who was on the show, and also I forget the other one, but yeah, it seems like anytime Victor Crack Cobain is in the show, my wife is into him.
Maybe try emulating or one-upping him.
You know what? I tried accepting that she wanted to move on and letting her go, and I'm doing okay with that.
Peacocking.
I've heard of peacocking. That's when you watch the NBC streaming platform Peacock.
No. So American. My gosh. Peacocking in Italy, it's when you dress up colorful, beautiful. Your feathers are flowing in the air. You're mating. Are you calling? Maybe you some of that alligator call. How was it again?
Thank you. Yeah, that's thank you. Oh, when you do it a second time, that's fuck you. So you got to be careful.
My apologies.
That's okay. You didn't know. I don't hold it against
all the alligators out there? Mama, sorry.
Most of our viewers are alligators, so I appreciate you giving them that apology.
Alligators, do look out for my alligator fashion line.
You have one?
Not yet, but I will.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Yeah, they probably appreciate that. But Carlos, how's it been going for you? I mean, you're wearing your own fashion. Have you been peacocking successfully?
Oh, yes. Men are dropping to the knees. Just, Carlos, Mr. Padilla, may I serve as your membrane?
Okay, well, good for you, man. That's great. I'm glad I asked, and I'm glad you answered.
Are you jealous? I mean, one of my love conquests is the infamous Billy Porter. Do you know of him?
I've heard of Billy Porter. Yeah,
Wearing my latest fashion. I eat a lot of bush beans. As you can tell, I made a dress out of bush beans.
It looks like a big kilt in like a really cool way.
Well, it was the latest hit in India.
And that's how Billy Porter got a hold of it?
No. We banged. I thought that was obvious.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. Sometimes people got to be explicit with me. I don't quite.
Okay. I can be as explicit as you want. Do you want to hear the details? So it was a cold and rainy night, winter, December 2018.
Oh, that's a safe year. Nice.
Oh, the session went on 2 whole years.
Oh no! It went into 2020.
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't find out about it until 2020 until we both reached climax simultaneously.
Climax. Wow, that sounds better than climax.
It is. We were in India. Where they invented Kama Sutra.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I remember my wife put that book on my dressing stand and said, "Read this," and I said, "The only thing I read is the LSU football playbook."
Oh no. Poor wife.
I mean, I came around. I did that. I read books. Can you tell me a little bit about this arm thing you got going on? Because that does look to me like I can even see the Amazon logo on it.
It is. It's from an Amazon package. I upcycled and turned into a fingerless glove.
I've heard of recycling, but upcycling, is that like your whole process? Is what you do is upcycling?
See, I'm with you with the whole apocalypse, things are ending, limited resources. So what can we do as fashion designers to use what we have? For example, the Billy Porter bush bean dress. So I ate all of those beans.
Wow.
Every single can.
I mean, yeah, I imagine if you're holed up with Billy Porter for 2 whole years, you're going to go through a lot of cans of beans.
Yes, we did.
I feel like Gwyneth. I see you are very engaged with this story up there. Do you know Billy Porter well?
I do. I know him quite well. Billy is an enigma. Billy is a force of nature. Billy was born to wear a ball gown made of Bush's baked beans.
He wore me.
Oh, you. Oh.
Wow.
I was wondering, am I going to see you tonight at Stella McCartney's party?
I may stop by. I don't know yet, I don't even know what would I wear?
Anything you want. You could literally wear a paper bag and it would be fabulous. I you already wearing one.
I'm naughty.
I mean, you asking us what you should wear is. I mean, I would expect you never have to ask that question of anybody.
I don't, Lester. I don't. Again, I love talking to Gwyneth. Oh, pretty, beautiful fashion icon. Lester, what are we gonna do? Can we fix you? Can we fix your fashion, please?
Well, I don't know that I need fixing. I have considered that maybe, in the new year, considering a new look for as part of changes for 2021, or 2022, 2025.
Oh, let him give you a makeover.
Was this Father Time?
I think Father Time's. Yeah, go ahead.
I got a look for you. The Huntington Hospital bed sheet that I got wrapped around my naked body.
I must have it.
Oh, divine.
You're in a couple states.
By the time you're looking worse.
I love that bag.
Father Time's bag, the IV drip bag.
Yes, I must have it.
You can't. I don't need this thing. Take it. It's.
Oh, Father Time, I think that might be keeping you alive.
No, this is vodka in here.
Oh.
I must have it.
Wow. Well, I know Father Time got it by getting COVID and going to a hospital. I hope that's not how you decide to get it, Carlos, but I do want you to have it if you want it,
I will.
Do you have a new background?
New background. This is my latest dress. It's made out of Lysol wipes. So we're in a pandemic. We're cleaning everything, correct? You're cleaning everything?
Absolutely, yeah.
So upcycle those sheets. Voila. 300,000 pounds. Only available in the UK.
Why is that?
Americans aren't able to handle this.
Oh yeah, we Americans would never put a cleaning product on their own body.
Yeah, I mean, look at you all. The pandemic is ravaging your country.
Surely you don't mean me too. Oh
no, Gwyneth, I don't consider you an American.
Oh, you're Mother Earth. You're an ethereal being. You're Mother Earth. You're not an American.
No, I'm not. Don't.
Uh-oh. Tough choice, eh, Gwyneth?
Oh.
Well, listen. Oh, go ahead, Carlos.
Are you, by chance, barefoot right now?
Well, I'm wearing kick-on slippers, but I could kick them off.
Kick-on slippers. Why don't you just stab me in the heart right now?
I don't want to.
Well, you are, if metaphorically. I mean, I should just grab this pair of designer scissors and just stab myself because that's what you're doing to me.
Carlos, no, I don't want to let you down. What's your foot? But what are you wearing on your feet right now? Little booties? You got little booties made out of potato skins or something?
Wow. You just think you can make just anything into fashion, don't you?
Well, I mean, the evidence suggests
it's 9-volt batteries.
9-volt batteries?
Yeah, the kind you lick and it's tingly.
Yeah, the big
square.
Yeah, the big square ones.
Often found in CO2 alarms.
Right, of course.
Yes. Well,
So you made shoes out of those?
Mm-hmm.
How? Yeah.
You heard of a sewing kit?
Yeah, I've heard of a sewing kit, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of sewing a metal battery, but okay.
Well, I'm kind of a revolutionary when it comes to fashion.
Well, okay.
Fashion. Okay.
All right. I guess that answer will have to do the trick.
It does. It will and it does.
Okay. I'll take it. Lejean to me says licking 9-volt is a New Year's Eve tradition for their family. Which
you're welcome.
I guess you probably have a lot of them lying around. You can make some of those shoes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's designer, honey. Okay, you get one of a kind. Okay, what do you think? Or do you think I mass produce?
I don't want to accuse you of anything, but I assumed if you was trying to make money off of them, I thought you was trying to sell me on them.
I am. That pair will cost you 10,000 lycra.
Whoa! So it's only available in lycra is
lycra is spandex leggings?
No, honey, no, honey, no.
It's in Spain.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, neither of us know. Got it. Okay. Great. Well, Lejean to me asks, Carlos, is everything you make vegan?
Everything I make vegan? It was chili con carne beans on those bush beans by Billy Porter. So no, honey, no can do. I love my meat. I'm a little meat. I use the bones. I use the bones to make dresses.
Would you use the bones to make dresses?
Mm-hmm.
The bones of the baked beans?
The bones of the animals I eat.
Oh, gotcha. Wow. So is that like rib cage dresses, that kind of thing?
Oh, honey, don't be so pedestrian. You think you can just guess what I'm going to make, Lester?
I'm just throwing out suggestions.
Well, did you go to the Academy of Fashion in Berlin?
No, I went to the Academy of Football, LSU.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers, that's right.
That's right. See, I know about your world.
Well, I appreciate it. I guess I won't try to do that anymore. Lejean says this is supposed to be rib cage, not rub gas, but rib cage dresses, potato skins. What is this? 1996?
Thank you. This is why you're around wearing your little booties, your little slip-on booties. Not even tie. You should tie. Any booty should be a boot. No slip-ons here.
Wow. Well, gosh, I feel like I've offended you left and right here, Carlos. And my only intent was just to learn about how you do in apocalypse fashion, because that's important. You know, I think every aspect of culture needs to make it into the post-apocalyptic world. So
I agree. I work together to change you.
To change me? Well,
instead of wearing slip-on booties, you can be slipping into your wife, if you know what I mean.
Oh my goodness!
I know, I'm naughty. I'm naughty. Get her back with fashion.
Well, I do know what you mean. We are divorced, so I'm letting her go. But you know, while I still was in denial about us being legally separated, when when that was the case, I would have tried stuff like that. But now I gotta just let her go. That user Benny Ponderoso is putting a lot of comments in, and I just got to say, like, he sounds like he's having a tough time, and I want to address one of them. The latest attack coming from 2020 was that his joint fell in his beer mug as he was telling 2020 fuck you and goodbye, which, Benny, I mean, that's tough, man. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. What's Benny wearing and where is he? Firestone?
I really can't tell, but I'm curious, Carlos, could you use that joint that fell in the beer mug for any kind of fashion?
Could I? Look at me. Could I? I can use anything and make it fashion. The choice and the idea is just come to me, okay? Let me think. A joint and a beer mug. That's a cup. A new cup to protect your genitalia.
Oh, that kind of cup. Because I was going to say, yeah, like a drinking cup is not exactly fashion, although if you wear it.
There you are again thinking you're one-dimensional, Lester. Lester. Okay?
I am. You're right.
Lester, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if I'm being insulting. I care about you, Lester. That one time I saw you in that seminar you were giving.
Yeah.
I said, this man has potential to be a fashion icon.
You did. I was wearing this exact same thing. This is the only thing I've ever worn. Arguably, it's the only clothes that exist for me.
It was 2007, a different time.
Oh.
You know, beige was in.
Mm-hmm.
I had just had eye surgery.
Oh, so you saw me less clearly?
It was LASIK, so everything was blurry. I was wearing these sun goggles because there was also an eclipse day. There was an eclipse outside.
You didn't really get a good glimpse of me. You just thought, oh, that blank canvas could be a good fashion.
It was your voice, Lester. Your voice. It's.
Oh well.
Sing to us. Sing to me. I remember you sing a song.
I did. I always at my lectures I would sing the apocalypse songs, which is of course, I did have it get re-recorded into an intro song for the show. But that's not by me. That's by Dr. Ron Rebenak, of course, Dr. John's little brother. But I'll sing Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps. Show you one. That's my singing voice. It's very different from Dr. Ron Rebenak's.
I love it. I loved it. That's what I remember in 2007. I talked to my assistant. I was like, "Who is that?"
Well,
who?
Benny Poderoso says he's saying it linear, and Victor says Lester the linear thinker. Look, we got to get to my next guest. I feel like I've done them a disservice by going on so long with you, but it was very engaging. So thank you very much, Carlos.
Thank you.
Do you want to stick around for my next guest with me?
I'll stay here and judge.
Great. Well, okay. Well, only judge if you have to. But I think it seems like for you, you do kind of have to. But I have a question coming to me before we do that from a user on Instagram at Paul Heredia, who, I'm looking at Paul Heredia and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, Paul kind of looks like if Carlos was, instead of wearing trash, was choosing to wear, like regular clothes.
Sounds unfashionable to me.
I guess so.
Question?
Paul wants to know, hey, when during 2020 Part 2 will we feel the repercussions of the Federal Reserve printing money into the economy? Okay. Do you have an answer for that, Carlos, or do you want me to take it first?
Well, the inflation rate's going to go up, right? Because I've already noticed it in my fashion line, how much more I have to charge because of the US dollar. That's why I have to deal with different currencies. So I feel you're going to be feeling around springtime.
Yeah, I was going to say the same, probably around springtime. Yeah, because that's traditionally when economic policies start to take their impact after the, at the tail end of a presidency is right around springtime the next year. Look it up, economists. Don't doubt me. Gwyneth, Father Time. Gwyneth, do you have an opinion on that? Do you think when during 2020 Part 2 will we feel the repercussions of the economy?
Repercussions?
Okay. Father Time, do you have an opinion?
Yeah, I think that as soon as we get 2022 Part 2 rolled out, the economy's really going to start taking a turn for the better.
Okay, well, I hope you're right. All right, let's get to my next guest. They are someone I'm very excited to talk to. They're a bootlegger, and their name is Rusty Nail. Rusty Nail, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rusty. Thanks for having me.
Oh, Rusty, you the way that you speak, it's hard to hear, but also like commanding in a quiet way.
Well, when you're a bootlegger, when you run, as I do, you gotta deal with a lot of dicey folks, and you gotta be ready to cut them up when you need to.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. What kind of work do you have to do as a bootlegger right now?
It's been a busy year. I found myself running all sorts of products. Lately, I've been specializing in what I like to call the white cloud or a dragon.
Ooh, are those like, I don't want to say anything untoward, but are those the names of drugs?
Well, the best drug you can ever have.
You smoking it out of the toilet paper roll?
Smoking it, lying in it, eating it, whatever you need.
Oh, it's the toilet paper itself?
Yeah. It's what everyone wants and what no one can get.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, that was true. Like,
It's still true.
Is it? Because I feel like it was true like 8 months ago, and
No, it's still a thriving, hungry market.
Okay, well that's good. That's good for you. So you like what? You like important? You got to like get around police patrols while you're trying to import toilet paper from like Canada or something into the bay wherever you at.
Yeah, we bring them in shopping carts on Costco dollies in the back of my Nissan Rogue, wherever butts need wiping, we come a coming.
Oh, well, that's okay. So you're doing like delivery toilet paper. You're like people take a poop and they're like, uh-oh, and then they call you and you bring them toilet paper. You sell it to them.
Hey, I don't judge my clients based on how needy they are. All right,
Fair enough.
It's supply and demand. No judgment.
Now, Lizois to me says, fingers crossed that this bootlegger is also dealing in jade balls. Are you? I hope Gwyneth Paltrow won't take offense if you are.
Well, funny you should mention Gwen. I'd love to talk to you. I've got quite a lot of the TP to unload, and I think maybe you and I could have a nice business arrangement.
We'll talk after the show.
Yeah.
I want to.
Ooh, excellent. Yeah, Carlos, I got 1 ply, I got 2 ply, I got 3 ply, whatever you want. I got you.
So traditionally, when I hear the word bootlegger, I'm thinking like, okay, so this lady's a bootlegger. This lady's got like alcohol that's been banned, like like cool moonshine that's been banned by the government, or like like how Everclear, some states you're not allowed to drink that because it's too powerful. But you're just dealing toilet paper?
It's a risky business. I've learned myself a lot of nicknames in this. I have a lot of aliases.
Oh, is Rusty Nail not your given name?
What even is a given name? I take whatever name I want.
I like her.
Whoa. So Rusty Nail's the most recent name you took that you like? That's cool.
It's after my second favorite drink. I would have taken my favorite drink, but a white Zinfandel was kind of problematic.
Yeah, that's not a name that you want. What have you ever gone by other names in the past? You ever go by like
the Bounty Hunter, the Bum Runner?
Okay.
This Charmin Woman. There's lots. All right. There's a
Charmin Woman. That's one of my favorite drinks.
Delicious.
Wow. Benny Ponderosa thinks you look like Rogue from the X-Men. You get that before?
Well, I am a rogue, and I drive a Nissan Rogue, as I mentioned. So I've got a lot of great storage space, if you know what I mean.
Wow. I think, yeah, you're saying that your Nissan Rogue has a good sized trunk for holding a lot of toilet paper in it.
And other things, but mostly the ivory paper.
Oh, yeah. So has business been booming still with like, I feel like I go to,
Totally. Yeah. People are, but while we're on the subject, if there's anyone, who wants a good hookup watching, you just DM Lester for me.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to hook up anybody watching who needs toilet paper with you. Although I will say, I mean, I imagine you must be underselling like a CVS or something at this point.
I charge a fair price. I don't like to price gouge. I know everyone's working, everyone's is struggling. So I'll charge retail prices. I'm not going to mark you up. I have so much toilet paper, and I really would love to share it with you, fine listeners, and you, Carlos. I think we can make the recorder a new, maybe one of those mask hats that come together.
I like I like where your fashion sense is at.
So, yeah, I got close it. It's biodegradable. This is my favorite variety. This is the cream brulee, as I like to call it.
The cream brulee, yeah, it's how everybody pronounces it. Rusty Nail, I gotta say, it sounds like what happened was you stocked up on toilet paper too much, and now you like adopted a personality as a bootlegger to try and like sell it like it's cool.
I don't know where you're getting that idea.
From like all the evidence.
I've been okay, you're right. Yeah, I kind of need some help. I got a second mortgage on my house. I bought a shit ton of toilet paper, and you know, at first it was going okay because people didn't want to go into Costco and were willing to pay like 99 cents extra. But like, I have 3 storage units in the Palisades full of toilet paper that no one fucking wants. No one, their butts are fine. They're clean. They don't need it. They don't need, I'm selling, I'm supplying. They're not demanding. And I just really wanted to run my own business. And
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that, Rusty. I mean, 2020 has been hard on a lot of folks. That's why Father Time wants to do a do-over. If we did over the year 2020, would you stock up on toilet paper again?
I would.
You would? Why?
Because I want to have regrets, okay? I want to make choices. I don't want this. Sorry, I'm getting loud and my kids are asleep. I want excitement. And that's why I did this, is I wanted excitement. You know, I didn't want to be someone who lived through 2020 sitting on the sidelines and didn't have anything to remember it for other than like watching every episode of The Queen's Gambit in a weekend. Like, I wanted to live. I wanted to do something. And I did that.
Yeah, wow. Well, Father Time, hearing that even somebody whose 2020 was really tough because of a decision they made would go back and do it again the same way. I mean, do you still think it'd be good for you to make us extend 2020 into a part 2?
Hell yeah! We're gonna make 2020 part 2 even bigger than the other 2020, and it's gonna be good, baby. We're gonna be stocking up on toilet paper. The fashion guy, he's gonna be making toilet papers into all the different styles of clothing, and we're finally I think I have a UTI. I think COVID.
You know what helps clear up a UTI? Fresh short stack of this paper.
It definitely helps. Although, if anybody has a UTI at home, don't only treat it with toilet paper. Probably, look into what you really need.
You're also going to need a jade ball.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to need to look fashionable if you have a UTI. So people don't see the paint on the inside. They see beauty on the outside with fashion.
And that's all that matters.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, great. I'm so glad I have so many excellent medical advisors on the show today. And I also hope that everyone at home knows to take all that with whatever grains of salt you got. Now, we're so excited. What's so exciting about New Year's Eve is that we ring in a new year, and I figured out how to say that saying now because Gwyneth helped me earlier. We ring in a new year, and that's great. And I wanted to do that with music. And Father Time, I asked you to be our musical guest tonight because I did think that you were Father Time Misty. My bad. But you said you had a song, and I really want to get to it. But before we get to that, I have a question coming to me from a user on Instagram. I keep doing this thing where I like lead into like, Father Time, I'm going to talk to you. And then you unmute. And then I'm like, but before we do that, so I'm sorry about that. But it's okay, he says. Okay. I do have a question coming to me from a user on Instagram called @thisgirlchris, who I'm looking at her and I'm thinking like, yeah, wow, she kind of looks like if Rusty Nail. No, honestly, she just looks like Rusty Nail. There's a picture of you in that hat on your Instagram, of her in that hat on her Instagram. I
have many aliases. Could be me, could not be me. Could be probably a copycat. Honestly, a lot of famous bootleggers, Capone, other ones. Get consequence because you get this thrill without getting in as much trouble. Just using them.
And of course, this girl Chris is a classic vodka drink, so that makes sense. This girl Chris wants to know: are you going to do anything different in 2020 Part 2? Okay, all these users knew about 2020 Part 2, which is crazy. But I think we'll have everybody answer that question. Starting with you, Rusty Nail. Are you going to do anything different?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna, now that I have these new fashion-forward friends, particularly Gwen and Carlos, and you, Father Time, as well. It's an honor to know you, and I think
straight up
fashion is cyclical. Trends come back around, and I think 2020 Part 2 is going to be the rise of the paper tiger. And,
okay, so not doing anything different. We're just hoping for success this time around. That works. Carlos Padilla.
I might diversify. All right, I might move into maybe canned goods that seem to be very popular. Maybe I'll stock up on some beans and unload those all over town as needed.
Yeah, I mean, I have a huge stockpile of cans of canned corn, which maybe we could use that together, Carlos Padilla. Carlos, do you have any plans on doing anything different in 2020 Part 2? Or 2021, if that's what happens?
I would like to invest in some of that toilet paper. I didn't see it in the beginning of the whole pandemic. I didn't think to buy it because Billy Porter was keeping me nice and clean. But now that I see the value of it, we can make so much fashion. I'm all in. I'm going to invest 5 Bitcoins.
Excellent.
Okay. That makes sense. Gwyneth, how about you? Anything that you would maybe do different in 2020 Part 2/2021?
There are so many do-overs that I have wanted in my lifetime. Mordecai, my marriage to Chris Martin, naming my daughter Apple. But, as much as I want to do 2020 over and kind of correct it, I think that it's time to just dive right into 2021 and not fear anything because I'm so rich it doesn't matter what happens to you.
Ouch, Gwyneth, but yeah, I mean that tracks. Father Time, how about you? I want to hear your song now, but before we hear it, anything you do different in 2020 Part 2? What are your big plans for your new year?
Here are my big plans. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on my music again like I was before I got COVID. And the only way that I'm going to be able to explain to you guys how 2020 Part 2 is going to be even better and how 2020 Part 1 was shit, but now we're going to reclaim it and I'm never going to die.
Okay, well that's I mean I hope you're right about that. Let's hear that song, Father Time. I'm so excited.
Okay, hold on. Let me unplug my ventilator. All right.
Okay. I don't know if that's a good idea, but okay.
Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Looking beautiful.
Yeah. I'm going to mute everybody else. So that's just to make sure that we hear you clean.
I'm just gonna let the music speak for itself. I'm gonna speak my truth, okay? Without further ado.
Okay, great.
Ain't gonna live forever. You ain't getting rid of me. 2020 ain't been the best year ever. Listen and I'll set you free. New Year's baby wanna come to play, but I appointed him earlier today. Oh, Father Time is here to stay. 2020 never going away. Oh no. 2020 never going away. So long. Time gonna live forever. All you idiots are gonna see. 2025 time never said never. It's one that's never going away. No way, turn it never.
Father Time?
I think he's dead.
Father Time was at the end of the song? You think he's dead? Oh, no. Oh, no. Father Time. Shoot.
That's the little toilet paper you can't fix.
Well, I guess we're not gonna have a 2020 part 2. Oh, no. He's fallen to the ground. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, we just watched a man die. Wow. Well, I guess an ethereal being. Boy. I'm just gonna remove him from the stream, I guess.
Do that. Okay. Do that.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Well, God, we're almost out of time here. Shoot. Well, I mean, that's tough. It was a great song.
Yeah.
I mean, clap it up for Father Time, right? I mean, that was a great song. It was a great year of life, and I guess we will have a new year next year, which that's exciting. We're gonna have a 2021. That's good. That's the bright side of witnessing a death. Whew. Well, on that note, I mean, I guess the only thing left to do is any kind of plugs. I mean, I know Father Time told me before the show that he wanted to plug at The Golden Shower on Instagram. That's Austin Schauer's Instagram, and he's part of the sketch team Hot City, which is that Hot City sketch on Instagram, which I guess, I guess that's what Father Time wanted to plug. So I'll plug that for him since he's now dead, Father Time. Gwyneth, anything you want people to look for on the internet?
Yes, I want to plug my brand, Goop. But I also want to plug Hot City at Instagram as well. Is that how Instagram works? You say the name of it and then at Instagram?
No, no. It's the other way around. You go to Instagram, then you do at Hot City Sketch.
Okay, my assistant always does this, so whatever you say.
Okay, and then of course there's also at Emily Brzezinski with a Z, which people might want to check out as well.
That is.
She looks like you. Just throwing it out there. Carlos Padilla, anything for you? Anything you want folks to look for on the internet?
Me? Look out for my next fashion line on Vogue, Bough. There is a model I'm working with. His name is Paul Heredia. You can follow him on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. Grazie, danke.
Thank you so much for being here. And of course, Rusty Nail, we've got your lookalike at This Girl Chris. Anything else you want folks to look out for on the internet?
You know, just if any of you find yourself chasing the paper dragon, you can reach me at the paper pusher at scglobal.net. Gwen and Carlos, I expect to hear from both of you very soon.
Yes.
Let's make
fantastic. Thank you so much for that. I, of course, am at Lester Pipps on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. My publicist is at Ezra Partier on Instagram, at Ezra Potter on Twitter. And, follow the show, keep in touch. And, of course, there was one more thing in the comments that I have just enough time to get to, which is at Power Selling 101 said, Happy New Year to the Pipps universe and all its characters. Of course, my universe is the real universe. Hope 2021 is a good one for y'all. And I say, hey, thank you very much for that, Power Selling 101. Same thing to y'all. The Power Selling 101 universe is Wednesdays on the Pack Theater Twitch at 8. This show is Thursdays on the Pack Theater Twitch at 6 usually, but of course tonight it was at 8:30. And y'all should stick around for the rest of this great Pack Theater New Year's Eve goodbye to 2020 spectacular evening. The next show up is Quarantinis with John Hess. After that, we're gonna have the Anti-Influencer Hour, and after that, we're gonna have Chiakioki, Dave Chiacho's. God, I hope I'm saying his name right. Karaoke show, which should be very fun. So that's it for now. I want to say Happy New Year's to everybody. I want to say thank you all for being on the show. And then we're going to end the show the way we always do, which is we just kind of leave the internet. That was the show. Now we did it. You know how to survive an apocalypse. If anything should go down, you'll be okay. And for that we say you're welcome. Also, we gotta say thank you to all these amazing guests. Find them on the internet, and then you'll never not know when they doing fun and stuff. And that's what the fun of the show is. Also to survive apocalypses. And hey, we hit both those nails on the head with one bird or something, I guess like that. So anyway, I gotta say thank you to the Padilla.